Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everywhere in the world, wherever you are from. I'm sorry that our CEO, Herman, would not be able to make for the presentation today because of some issues, but I've been dying and requesting Kirsten to give me a chance to communicate as well. So, good opportunity for me to meet everyone, and I hope that you would like my presentation, which I've just, brought up in the last 2-3 hours or so. Okay. So first of all, let us look at what is crowdsourcing. Okay. Now, crowdsourcing is distributed problem solving or production. Okay. So a step-by-step, I come from a technology background, so a step-by-step process is something that is intrinsic to anything that we look at, anything that I analyze. So what is the step-by-step process of crowdsourcing? Step one, you broadcast a particular problem to a crowd. Now, the volume of that crowd could be selected, or it can be generic. So you could broadcast it to anyone in your email list. Okay. So, for instance, do you find this joke interesting? Okay. Or how should I propose to my girlfriend? And you broadcast it to everybody in your Facebook list or everybody in your email contact list for that instance. So it's a problem that you broadcast to a selected crowd. Okay? Now the crowd submits solutions and ideas. So you have these reply all emails being broadcast to everyone. Somebody says take her to a nice dinner by the beach. Another one says play violin. Another one says a bouquet of red roses, and so on. And other people keep commenting on that. That somebody says, okay, putting red roses or giving red roses is kind of very old and it should be replaced with something more exotic like diamonds or anything. And so the crowd gets involved with the problem as well as each of the suggestions. Okay? And so based on the crowd, everybody says, okay, this is a good idea, this is a good idea, this is a good idea. So let's say 3 people in your contact list say this is a good idea. You go ahead, do it. You are the owner of that idea that, okay, this is what I will go ahead and do it. And sometimes, if obviously depending on how the idea fares, whether your girlfriend agrees or not, you may reward the person who proposed that idea or the group of people who came up with that idea in the first place. So that's like a simple way of how crowdsourcing could work. Okay. So next, the second part of the discussion that we had was the community. Okay. So community is basically a group of interacting organisms who share an environment. Okay. So this is a very important aspect. A, there is interaction, and B, they share a particular environment. Okay. So that environment could be that they are all on my contact list. So that is their environment, that they're all in my contact list. Okay. Okay. And as Jason highlighted, Macmillan and Chavez identified 4 elements of that sense of community. A, membership. So that membership could be as basic as that you are my friend, okay, or that we are all a member of this group. We are all alumni of this university. We are all interested in learning English, okay. So there is a membership there. Influence, okay. Crowds or communities as a whole, as well as individuals, have influence. Okay, so you think that you have, wherever you have an influence, where what you are saying, what you are advocating is being heard, that is the influence that you're looking for in a community. Okay, integration and fulfillment of needs. Now, in Asian countries, caste, religion plays a very important role in community organization. Okay. So why? Because people find that fulfills their need for integrating, their need for an influence, their need for a membership and belonging. Okay, and there is a shared emotional connection. Okay, this is more at a thought process that I may be somebody from Asia but more Western in my outlook. So I'll get more emotional connection with people who are urban or cosmopolitan than people living next to the village or in the city next to the city that I live in. Okay, so it depends on whether it is emotional need, whether it is an influence that you're looking at, whether you're looking at a sense of belongingness. Okay, So hence you will find, let's say, a group of Chinese people or a group of Indian people will stick to Indian students when they will go and study abroad. So the need that you are satisfying over there is integration. Okay? Influence comes from the very fact that you have a crowd going. Okay? But in a sense, a true community is basically where you have deep respect and true listening for needs of other people in a community. Okay? So that's basically the community angle. So now, community and crowdsourcing. So community might not lead to crowdsourcing in strictest sense. For instance, I was a part of a PHP BB forum, and it's a very interesting story, in about 2001 when a lot of forums had come up. Now this forum was primarily about Bollywood, which is the Indian film industry. So everybody used to argue about who's the #1 hero, who's the most popular actor, who's the most popular actress, which is the hottest coming movie, okay? And there would actually be people in the group. It was a multi-country, populated by people from all sorts of countries, okay? And so people actually got pissed off so much that, you know, some group of people were advocating this particular actor is hot, that they actually managed to get some bots and viruses installed in the forum and delete that forum, okay? The forum just went down. And what happened was that the sense of community was so high in the people who were frequenting that forum that everybody got connected via email. They moved to a different platform, and they then brought about the forum again. And this went on for about 5 years. 5 times the forums went down and they went up, simply because there were people in a community who wanted that community to go along, and there were others who didn't want it to go along. Okay? But was it solving any crowdsourcing issues? No. Okay? And then crowdsourcing can be achieved without a community. So let's look at some of these examples. Okay? So is community the ultimate answer online? Well, there are ultimate success stories like YouTube, lots of videos, Facebook, 200 million people, a lot of data around what are you interested in, what are your friends interested in, good for marketeers. AuthorStream, lot of presentations on a variety of topics, dive into the Microsoft PowerPoint community, Nings, social networks on almost everything, iStock Photo, where people upload good quality professional photographs which others in the professional industry, professional design industry, can actually buy. And iStock keeps a certain percentage. The publisher or the person who uploaded that photograph again keeps a certain percentage. Okay? There are some non-community crowdsourcing examples as well. For instance, Google search. Now Google would not exist if there weren't so many websites coming up again every single day. Okay? And obviously people looking for that. So they were solving a need, but that need is being served by a number of websites and web pages which are coming up. Wikipedia, okay, for instance, again, was being managed by a certain group of people to bring it to respectability, so moderators. Affiliates, for instance, so you throw it around, so there isn't any community around Wikipedia. Affiliates, so you bring out a product, you say that, okay, this is the offer for affiliates, affiliates come, they sign up for your offer, you give them 25% or 30% and so on, but there's no community around affiliates. Getafreelancer.com, people from across the world who are developers, designers, quality testers, product analysts, and so on, are on Getafreelancer, and they're bidding for the next project. But again, no community. They are not communicating with each other. They're just communicating with the person who is posting. Okay? eBay, another example. Okay? So for a very long time, eBay producers or eBay shop owners would not be communicating between themselves. Okay? But each of these, other than Wikipedia and to a certain extent Google search, are now trying to have a community around each of them. Okay? And why would that be? Why are they looking to get that community? Okay?